Hello and welcome to the SC Playbook podcast out of NRL Supercoach Grand Final Week, proudly brought to you by Mortgage Choice SCW. I'm your host, Tim Williams, and next to me is a very excited SC Spy. Spy, big week for you, mate.
It is, mate. I've actually had the biggest finals campaign of my life, buddy. Moving house. I think I've been out of Sydney 3 weekends running, so I haven't actually been able just to settle in like I prefer to in September. However, I was down at your pad for the game on Sunday Arvo. Absolute cracker.
You're pretty settled in for that, mate.
I'll settle in Saturday night. But, yeah, pretty good times and down to God's country Coombe this weekend for my final trip of the crazy month it is, and I watched out of the mates there, so come Sunday Arvo, should be an absolute cracker.
And mate, with these Supercoach expansions going on all over the place, so unsurprisingly you are having a crack at all of them. Not just as a punter, but you do love the sports, every sport across the board. You're flying.
In some decent touch air across the board. Some would say I'm having a dabble, but that's not true. I like to get into it a bit properly. NFL's the one where I'm just getting my head around things mostly, but I did do it last year, so I've got a bit to base off. But yeah, the English Premier League we're pretty well into, and then NBA coming shortly.
AFL Finals?
AFL Finals, yes. I finished 1,000, so... I was all right.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Of course.
Woke up Sunday, I'm like, you beauty. I was telling your old mate on Saturday, I was like, it's my boy, it's my skipper. And you're like, oh, yeah, nice on you. And he actually killed it. So
good for him.
Good on him. Except his team lost, so that didn't help him.
Mate, how did the NRL side go on the weekend?
Decent. So what's the weekly rank of 2,000, sitting 1,900 in the NRL
you had a
finals.
great week.
Yeah, went pretty well. So obviously antipoded most of Penrith and didn't captain or VC Cleary, so that paid off.
Yeah.
And Walshy got himself up to in the 80, about 87 or 89 or something.
Well, the late try assist would have got him. That was a 30-point play, so that shot him from...
Got that one.
He finished 89 or so that would have shot him from,
I think he had about 400 tackle busts where they had the fight with Cleary and Martin and co. And I didn't actually see him, and then I was checking later. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's about 20 points.
Yeah.
It's probably a line break as well, so... And then Haas, as always, just doing the job as skipper in the 80s there, so he's been a linchpin. But yeah, not too bad. I think I'm only about 40 points outside top 1,000, so we'll see what we can do come Sunday.
Not hard to make up with a triple captains, and going a bit left field this week for myself, I was sort of on par. I was 715 points. I basically didn't budge, so I'm 5K overall. How many points did you score last week? Do you have it there?
780.
Okay, so
Not
we
too far
were
off.
on the exact same points last week, so
There's
you got me
nothing
by
in it still.
65.
Yep.
Yeah, I went with a little pod captain in Ryan Pappenhausen. Looked good, looked dangerous, just couldn't get amongst the major attacking stats for me, but not to worry. Our Unlimited League leader, bunch of punts, coached by Matt. He leads the charge in the SC Playbook Unlimited League in the hunt for that $500 first prize. The Afterburners, coached by Ben, top the SC Playbook Unlimited League with 921 points. But also with us today, Matty, the Waterboy. How'd you go, mate? Did you improve on that Kyo Week's captaincy play the week before?
Yeah, that really cost me, didn't it? And like I veered back the other way this week. I went fully, what's the word you say, where you don't pick any?
Template team.
Template team. So I got like 10 points less than you. So didn't move any of my overall rankings. I wanted to go back a little bit. I have to share this. I came into the studio and like Spy, as people would probably assume, the nicest bloke ever, right? Would never like react poorly to anyone. Never got a bad word to say to anyone. I asked him if he is playing Supercoach Premier League. I thought he was going to kill me. I dead set thought that he had a look in his eye. I thought he was going to kill me.
It wasn't so much disgust as it was more like, mate, are you joking?
Yeah.
Obviously I am.
I swallowed my words immediately, but yeah, ferocious look in his eye.
So with the EPL, as you can imagine, Matty, like I love it as well, and I love Supercoach EPL, and I've always played Fantasy Premier League. And when it sort of came out, I was like, I'll be giving it a red hot crack and doing my best. But I'm like, because they've got the rolling lockout, so they do in NRL Supercoach, they don't have that in Fantasy Premier League. So once the round starts, you're set to it. I'm like, I love it, but look, I'm not going to be waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday morning or a Monday morning to check team lists if I need to sort of thing. Spy goes, I will.
Of course you will.
I'm just like, you can have that one, mate.
I prefer I didn't have to, but I just have to. It's just how it is.
There will be times where I will for certain reasons, but I was just like, no.
I had one of the boys from the Playbook subscribers on call actually Sunday morning for my NFL loop. And I'm like, mate, will you be up at this time? And it just so happened my daughter woke up around that time, so I watched 15 minutes and decided to loop at 6:20 or something. But actually, remarkable timing, Matty. Your comment on that. I was just about to bag you for the first time in my life on something totally separate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you said that, I'm like, that's unbelievable.
Wow. Well, while we're here,
it's too late now.
While we're on it.
Okay.
And I should have said it last week, but why didn't you double down on the having a crack in the prelims of NRL? Because now you just... going to tread water around whatever rank you are. You should have had a crack again.
Yep, so that's Spies having a crack at you, by the way.
Yeah, no, I understand what's going on. No, I tell you why. Because in finals week 1, I also had a crack and it failed. I went McLean captain or something, I think. and then I went weeks 2. So I was like, well, this isn't working for me.
Fair enough. Okay.
No, but in hindsight though, you are right. Like, what am I going to achieve keeping my rank?
You've already lost the points. Might as well try to catch them up.
It's a good point, Spy. I take everything back. I should have done that. And I'll probably do it again this week.
Well, Matty, I hope you can recover from that burn from the Spy, mate. He did go all in at you there. So, good luck on that one.
I'll buy you a schooner, mate.
It is funny, though. Like, I went against...
I won't say no.
Matty, I went against template team and template captains last week. You went with the template. And what did you say? I beat you by 10 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That was worthwhile, wasn't it? Anyway, guys, today's show, team this Tuesday, Supercoach pointers for the grand final. There's nothing in them. The teams were named as expected. Paddy Carrigan has come back into the side for the Broncos. Tyson Smoothy goes to the bench. Ben Tolty, he drops out. The unlucky man out. He's been tremendous this season, Ben Tolty. We're going to go position by position, who to buy and who to avoid. I shouldn't even say buy. You're not buying them. You're selecting them in Supercoach finals. Wow. Who to select and who to avoid in each position. Then drop our captaincy plans for the week. Before we get into it, though, SC Playbook continuing to expand, Spy, with NBA to be introduced later this week. All that same gun content on our website, including tons of subscription content for every sport, weekly podcasts recorded from studio, the WhatsApp groups with late mail and team news, community, contributor-only groups, all of that. The NBA, it'll have all of that good gear, and surprise, surprise, Spy, you're going to be one of the men spearheading the NBA content, because among all these sports, it's probably your number 2 in the fantasy space.
In the fantasy realm, yeah, and the reason is...
3. Well, I mean, we'd go NRL, cricket, due to proximity where you live, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. NBA of the international.
The reason I love NBA so much is because me and the boys have had a 10-man league for about 8 or 9 years now, and it's a draft league, much like Guru's NRL draft league. It just means so much more when it's your mates, and the way it's set up is really cool. So we're ready to go on the Supercoach run, though, and it's slightly different. It's much more simple, to be honest. It's a points format, so we'll get into that and have a look and go from there.
A reminder, guys, the big cluster of content across SC Playbook, these expansions, it's gotten even bigger with the NBA now joining NFL, EPL, the NRL, of course, and our cricket channel. The cricket channel as well as its own stuff. So we released a Cricketers Playbook podcast last week. Standalone YouTube, Apple, Spotify. So go and subscribe to that one and check it out. Give us a follow across all these different sports if you are into them. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all that good stuff. SC Playbook, NFL, EPL, cricket, etc. You get it. Now, Spy. Position by position for the week. And
this is about half the length of our intro, actually. Going through it.
It actually will, yeah. Look,
there's
2 teams to go with. I'm glad we got a bit out of the intro, because when there's 2 teams you're choosing between,
won't take long.
And half of them are like, you kind of have to pick this bloke. It shouldn't take us too long today. We do have a special edition episode coming up with Clementine Cassidy next week. The Supercoach Awards show, team of the year that we'll be picking, with a few special awards thrown in there for that one as well. We'll start at the top though, Spy, with hookers. I mean, fortunately, some eyes up super coaching from those over at HQ. Benny Hunt's been given dual 5'8 hooker.
Nicely done.
At least it gives us an alternative, because if there's obviously Harry Grant, outside of that it was Corey Pax, and that's literally it. So could you take a punt on Ben Hunt over Harry Grant, or do you just put Harry Grant in?
I just had a look at Benny Hunt, just seeing he was hooker now. He's not running the footy at all. Like, the footy's heading out to Walshy and the edges. So on that fact, not really. Like anything, sure, he could outscore Harry Grant, but it probably won't be by much, and Harry could put 70 on him as well. So just the fact he's not in that running role at the moment, you just put Harry in.
Yeah, not the spot I'd be looking to get tricky in this week. Matty, ditto?
Yeah, set and forget Harry Grant. Honestly, he's a guy that could definitely win a Clive and put in a good performance. He scored the first try in the grand final last year. He's a big game player, so I'll have to go Harry Grant.
pick Carrigan in your teams unless you want to get particularly weird. Spy, we've said it each and every week, but I think the place to get tricky with these, the players that are going to be highly owned, Payne Haas, Harry Grant, Cameron Munster, look pretty clear standouts to me. Jahrome Hughes will probably be fairly highly owned this week as well. It's captaincies. As you've been doing, I've done a little bit, but that's the spot to play differently.
Yep, have a dabble at VC and C.
Yeah. For my, Harry Grant there. In the front row forward position, again, like Payne Haas played 80 minutes last week. I do think, like, you've just got to go Payne Haas, but I do want to point out, and of course, for any of these obvious positions where you have to have this bloke or this bloke, we've got the flex, so you can pick two for a position as well if you want. Stefano Udakamanu, week 1 against the Doggies finals down at Amy Park, 90 points in that one. Have you got these numbers? 32 tackles, 9 tackle busts, 4 offloads, 17 runs. That is elite. Week 2 against the Sharkies at Amy Park, 61 points, 24 tackles, 4 tackle busts, 2 offloads, and he had 15 runs in that one. So, I mean, I assume it's Haas Spy, but like here's one where, you know what? If Stefano does jag a try or a try assist, maybe he does beat Payne Haas.
I could see him scoring this week, big Stefano, but I could also see Payne Haas playing 80 minutes or 80 minutes plus if needed. So it's just nearly impossible to go against him. Yeah. Unfortunately. But maybe Stefano in the flex could be an option.
I don't mind it. I haven't been able to wrangle it just yet, but I really don't mind the play. Matty?
No, not moving.
Yeah.
Not moving. Nothing to add, sorry. 2
boring positions to start off. Let's call it what it is. 2RF. Not heaps more exciting. There's a few options, Spy, but like of the starting back rows, Elias Katoa, he's going to be really highly owned. Jordan Ricky, he's another one who I had last week. He's gotten through some really good numbers the 2 finals games that the Broncos have played. Outside of him, like you'd have to be going at Brendan Piakura. Pat Carrigan is a smoky little one. Pat Carrigan, dual front row, 2RF. He's had 2 weeks off. He'll play big minutes. He's a bit boring, but at the same time, he's going to get through a mountain of work. What are you doing at 2RF?
Let's spice this up a bit, bro. Paddy Carrigan. Let's get him in. There is a reason for that, and I'm going to run out of Melbourne players as we go on. You're only allowed 4 from each team, so somewhere has to give. To be totally honest with you, I think Elias Katoa might get the Clive Churchill, and I think that's maybe who my money will be on. But in saying that, Supercoach isn't won in the finals by being stock standard throughout. So I'm going to back Paddy Carrigan for a monster stats game. Fresh off suspension. It's huge for him. Don't see why he wouldn't play monster minutes, maybe even 80.
Yeah.
1 billion tackles. Let's get him in and see what happens.
I've got Katoa at the moment. Like, again, Katoa's the obvious pick. I think he outscores Carrigan, but is there that much between them? If Katoa doesn't get any major attack, he's got a 40 in him.
He got 58 last week.
Yeah. So
Carrigan could stream past that. Obviously, look, Katoa's the one that can bag a double any day of the week, but it's a grand final. He might not do much. We don't know. And that's what you're punting against.
Matty, what are you thinking?
I got a really strange feeling. I can visualise Jordan Ricky scoring on Sunday afternoon or Sunday twilight. I just got a weird feeling that Ricky's going to have a big game. He's been good the last few weeks. In fact, he's been very, very good. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, and I actually thought, I think the whole country thought Ricky was going to score last week, but I think Ricky's going to go over this week, and just based off that. Also, back to your point, Spy, I did want Katoa. Katoa was my pick, but I got too many Storm players, so Ricky is going to be my second rower.
I've got Elias Katoa at the moment. Don't mind the play going against him. Spy, halfback. Jahrome Hughes will be popular. Adam Reynolds, he's been pretty good this year and is likely to get the goal kicking back this week from Reece Walsh, you would imagine. Thoughts?
Very hard to go past Jahrome. He's just Supercoach relevant in how he plays. I think Reynolds would have steered the boys around. He kicked some goals, but I'm locking Hughes in.
Matty?
Yeah, it's funny. I'm actually tipping the Broncos this game. So you'd imagine my squad would be Broncos heavy, even though I know the full cap. But even if there wasn't capped, I still think I'd definitely go Hughes. As I said before, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. He killed it with a broken arm last week, so what's to say he's not going to do it again this week? And also, I know that Reynolds will probably play 80 minutes, but there is just that, like, small, because they're kind of rotating between three of them. I know Reynolds is going to be there. That's enough doubt for me to just stick with Storm in this position.
Yeah. I've gone Jahrome Hughes. I'm with you, boys. Again, I've gone against the grain a little bit and gone a little bit pottish as we get further down this team, but I haven't done it so far. I just think Jahrome Hughes, another week of confidence, knowing that he got through that 80 minutes okay, looked outstanding. So I've gone with Jahrome Hughes. And now as we get to sort of, I probably should have done before Hughes, but looking at edge stats, which I think have served certainly my Supercoach side really well throughout the finals series with different try scorers and particularly the CT dub position. But the Broncos, they're conceding 41% of tries down either edge of the field. So that doesn't tell us too much. However, my eye test spy says that the left edge is the soft of the two. Ezra Mam has been a big part of that, not the best defender at times this season or in the past. Mm-hmm. He'll play probably 50-odd minutes there as well, which means there's going to be disruption to the combinations. That plays into the right edge of Jahrome Hughes, Eli Katoa, Jack Howarth and Will Warbrick. On the other side, the Storm are conceding 47% of tries down their right edge compared to 40% on their left. So their right edge is significantly weaker. It has been for a couple of years now. This spy plays into the hands of Ben Hunt, Brendan Piakura, Gurmat Shibasaki and Josiah Karapani. That also aligns perfectly with Brisbane's dominant left edge. They score 52% of all their tries compared to 30% on the right. So that's where I'm sort of looking at that left edge of the Brisbane Broncos to maybe do a bit of damage. That takes me to the 5'8" position, and I've actually gone against Cameron Munster here. Once again,
interesting.
Cameron Munster's the obvious option. I don't knock that at all. However, I'm sitting 5K. I don't care if I'm 15K or if I'm 1K. I'm like, let's throw some haymakers in the final round and play differently. Ben Hunt, we know he's got attack in him. He'll played 80 last week. I think it was... Man came on and played about 50 minutes, so it must have been close to 50 minutes at number 9. He'll get a lot of base there. We know he can get some attack. So I'm going to go Ben Hunt over Cameron Munster. What are you doing there? Munster by the sounds of it?
I just don't like anyone outside Munster. Benny Hunt might nail a 40-20 and get himself into the that 60 region. I just think Munster's going to run the ball so much and accumulate. Probably a few ways to look at this as well. There will be people listening who are coming first or 10th or something. If I'm right up the top, I am taking Eli Katoa in this game. Speaking about that edge through Mam, and he's just a big game player. I think he's phenomenal. Whereas if you're sitting back a little bit like everyone else, that's when you have a crack against him.
If you're sitting... Honestly, I haven't looked at the gap between first and 50th or first and 100th, but I don't think it'd be that much because I think a lot of them people would have probably had the double up on Alamotti in recent weeks and probably had him at some point as a captain. Honestly, nearly go template, go some left field captaincy plays.
Yeah, might just take one.
Go
VC.
Munster, go Eli Katoa, go Harry Grant, but change up your captaincy plays.
I reckon captaincy. We'll get to captaincy later. Actually, yeah.
Anyway, Matty, 5'8".
Yeah, the biggest game player in the biggest game, Cam Munster. Again, rinse and repeat. I think Broncos are going to win, but I think it's going to be high scoring. I think Munster's going to have a huge say in the game, win, lose or draw. So Munster in. Yeah,
so what I do like about Supercoach finals, there are so many different ways you can go about it. And to be fair, like I've been critical of it, but I don't mind it for finals. I wouldn't want it for regular season and classic Supercoach, but the nature of the ×3 and ×2 captains, it means you can do two things. You can go that sort of template side with the proven guns, the ones will score well, and go some left field captains, and that's where your point of difference comes.
Yep.
Or you can pick some pods in your team, a bunch of point of difference players, but lock in, Haas and Walsh or Haas and Harry Grant or whoever it might be, and then just go the obvious skippers. So that decision is two distinctly different teams. So,
like with the grand final as well, because there's only two teams, like, do you put both your eggs in the same basket? Do you hedge your bets by going one VC on one team, one captain the other team?
Ooh. But that's a good point though, Matty. Like, going all in, do you just attack combinations? Do you go like your obvious Katoa and Hughes, or, do you maybe go a left edge of Shibasaki with Karapani as your flex and chase these combinations? Maybe you go like, I know he hasn't been a good Supercoach this year, but like Brendan Piakura is a good attacking player. Do you go Hunt into Piakura? You know what I'm saying? Like chase these.
For sure.
Do you go left edge of Munster into Sean Bloor or something like that? Spy?
Have a think about it come captains. Let's get through our sides and we'll have a discussion.
Was that an answer of I wasn't listening to you and just move on and get to captains?
No, because I'll just tell you when I'm not listening.
All right.
Combinations, yeah.
I thought you might have drifted
My answer's going to be, yes, you should.
All right.
But we'll save it.
CT dub, mate. Bit of a dartboard job here. Stags, Warbrick, Shibasaki, Mariner, Meany, Karapani, Howarth, Coates. Plenty of great options.
So many options.
And there's not a lot of difference between them. I'm going to target those strong and weaker edge stats that I just read out. Who do you have?
Shibasaki.
Yeah, I'm on the
first pick this weekend for me.
I'm on the Goatee as well.
Big game, Gurmat.
Talk to us.
Walsh will feed him nicely. That's the exact channel Melbourne can see down. He works his ass off, so I reckon he'll have big base numbers, very KL Iro-like. And I think he might add a try to things as well, if not an offload to Karapani. But, yeah, speaking of those combinations, sort of that Walsh to Shibasaki is well on this week. So I haven't even looked at anyone else. Shibasaki in.
Benny Hunt, early flat face ball to Shibasaki through. I've got Shibasaki in my team as well, mate, and I'm with you. And if I think there'll be points in this contest, but if there's not a lot of points, it could be a lower scoring game, night game, who knows. If it is, at least with Shibasaki, you know you'll get through his work, you'll bust a few tackles, and it'll at least be solid. Some of these other blokes, if it is a lower scoring one and the attack doesn't come, they can go particularly low. Matty, who have you got at CT Dub?
I'm going to the other side of the field. I'm going Katoni Staggs. He's one of the best centres in the comp at the moment. He's looking to avenge the 2023 grand final. Like, I know that all the Broncos are, but Critter scored through him. He's looking to get a spot on the Kangaroos or the Tongan team. He's just in form. Plus, I absolutely love watching him. So my eggs are in the Broncos and Stags basket right now.
You are absolutely throbbing over Katoni Staggs.
I love him.
Moment, aren't you? Like, every time you've spoken about him in recent weeks, I can see you just getting up and about.
I love him. I love everything about him. Like, he's just like when he's on, it's not like he's flashy. He's just so brutal. He's just so brutally good. I really love him.
All right, I like it. Fullbacks by Reece Walsh will be very popular here. It's between him and Ryan Pappenhausen. What are you thinking? And this is an interesting one because, as you keep telling us, Pappy's in your top 5 boys, isn't he?
He's number 1.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Well, he's in my flex. I'm not leaving Reece Walsh out. I think this is where it does come back to enjoying finals footy. There's no way I want to go into this game not wanting Walsh to do good shit. Like, I want to be cheering him home. It's just so exciting. So he'll be in. And, yeah, we'll jump down to the flex. My Supercoach from mine would have like an Elias Katoa down there. But there's no way I'm going into this grand final without Pappy in my side. So Ryan Pappenhausen flex, double fullback. We'll see what happens.
I've got Pappy as well. And I want to go against Walsh because every man his dog will have him. I think I currently have Ricky in flex, but I'm thinking I'm a bit like you. I don't want to not own Walsh for the grand final. Yeah. So I'm thinking Walsh and Pappenhausen, but captaincy, as we spoke about, is where I'll do things a little differently. Matty, what have you got? You'll be Walshing up.
Oh, yeah. Again, all in the Broncos camp. With the news this morning that Teddy's out of the Ashes and there's a chance that Walsh is going to be the Australian fullback, just the thought of him being in that green and gold jersey it makes my hair stand up, to be honest. There's something right about it. I know that's got nothing to do with this weekend, but he's got the hot hand at the moment, Reece Walsh. He's the man. So
the thought of him in green and gold is you salivate over because as Blues fans, we don't have to be petrified of him.
I can finally support him.
As, going against the Broncos forever and just being like down anytime he does something mad against other clubs or your own team. To be able to just like full blown get behind him.
Especially against England as well. Like when it comes to international footy, I know this will probably change in a few years once everyone kind of gets really, really good. But like when Tonga and Samoa beat Australia, I'll be honest, I'm kind of happy for them. Like I'm not happy, but I'm happy for them. But there's just no part of my body that wants England to beat Australia in anything. So him carving up England at Wembley next month just gets me going.
I don't get out of bed very early for much, but
I'll be out of bed for that.
So actually, I'm up to that all night. What are we doing, boys?
except for EPL Supercoach team news, but yeah.
But I'll go back to sleep.
Yeah. All righty, guys, if you've been thinking about reaching out to Paddy and his team at Mortgage Choice SCW, the time is now. The reason being for that one, you could have your mortgage paid for an entire year. Any customer who applies for a loan between now and December goes into the draw to win $50,000, the equivalent of 1 year's regular payment on an average home loan. There will be about 150,000 less people in this than Supercoach. You don't have to be good at it or pray for a good run of injuries. You only have to be in it to win it. Normally, that would cost you $129 for a consultation with Mortgage Choice. But if you mention SC Playbook, it's completely free of charge. So flick them a message on Instagram at mortgagechoice_SCW or call them on 02 9521 1611 wherever you're based in Australia. Spy, captains, you've been hot and heavy over this all night. What are you doing?
I've narrowed it down to 3, boys. So talk to me here. We've got, these are the options: Reece Walsh, Payne Haas, or Jahrome Hughes. So I quite like Hughes as a pod skipper or a VC. He's just so freaking good. He's got a try or two in him, plenty of attacking stats. He could fall flat on his ass, however. Just that's his position. He just might not score heaps, but tell you what, be a good point of difference. My issue is that I'm having is I really want to just cheer Walshy home for reasons already discussed and just the entertainment factor as well. And it's very, very hard to leave Haas out of the discussion because surely he just scores 90 or 100 without, if nothing else happens, because he'll just work and bust tackles and offload. Like, he's desperate for, they're all desperate for revenge, no doubt, about 2023. But can I find a way to get Hughes in is the question. I'd have to drop out one of Haas or Walshy.
As captain?
Oh, they're all in my side.
Yeah.
I can only have it on 2. So at the moment, the way I've just sat it is Walsh captain, Jahrome VC. But Jarome's going to have to do a lot just to match Haas. And I kind of, as much as it'd be fun, also don't want to just ruin my rank if Hughes gets 30 and Haas gets 130. So I might just do Haas, V or VC, into Walsh, which I've done all 3. They've been my 3 good weeks. Just
who are your biggest pods in your team? Shibasaki will be thereabouts. I think he'll be pretty popular, but thereabouts.
Carrigan over Elias Katoa.
Yeah, it's a good one, yeah.
So I guess the question is, what's everyone else going to do?
I think people will be around Haas, Walsh. I think that'll be the 2 most popular.
Some Munster, maybe. But yeah, interesting. I need to sit on it. What do you reckon?
I'm going to captain Ryan Pappenhausen.
Nice.
Yeah, I said, like, especially if I do end up with Walsh in flex, I've got a few pods in there, but, you know, the top of my end of my team, Grant, Haas, Katoa, Hughes, those 4, essentially everyone will have. The rest of them, like, there's a Benny Hunt there, a Shibasaki, etc. There is some point of difference. But if I have Walsh in there as well, like, I need a flyer somewhere. And as per last week, there's a high upside player in Pappenhausen who's won the Clive Churchill medal. He'll handle the big stage. Yeah, it's Ryan Pappenhausen, and I'm just going to ride him home hard. And my VC is Payne Haas. Boring, but obvious. And I just don't see a world where he scores less than 70.
Yeah, it'd be barring injury, like, he's getting at least 80.
He could also base and power his way to 90 points, and with any attack, he could go 130.
Yeah, I think we could be sitting here next time we're chatting. He scored about 108 just through working his butt off.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll flick it to VC Jahrome Hughes then. It's almost a straight battle versus Walshy. I'm happy to cheer home Jahrome as well. Yeah. I really like him.
I think you'll do something a little bit.
I might do that.
Yeah.
I might do that. Because I'm going to be cheering on Walsh and Pappy regardless. Like,
you'll be okay, mate.
I care more about the grand final than this.
Matty?
Obviously, every player on the field is desperate for a win on the weekend. I know that's the most obvious thing in the world, but I just think that no one's more desperate than Payne Haas. Just look at like that footage of him charging, getting to Cleary before he could do that drop field goal attempt last week. Is just one of the million things that he does all the time. Like, he's incredible. And I watched a thing that Michael Chamis, a feature, did with him a few weeks ago where he talked about his brother that passed away, and it's just like he said in that feature, like, he wants his ring. Like, he wants that ring more than anything. And I believe he wants that ring more than anyone. And for that reason, he's going to have a big game, and he's my captain. Hottest hand in the NRL, as I said before, Reece Walsh will be my vice.
You twist me towards wanting the Broncos to win, mate, with that Payne Haas chat, so please stop. But yes, that is how we're going to play it out. And guys, last of all, along with the fantasy rugby league betting, our mates over at BetBuzz, they've got specials galore as we edge towards the NRL Grand Finals. Spring Carnival racing also in full swing as we count down to the Everest and Melbourne Cup features. Download the app and sign up with the code SC Playbook so that they can look after you over there. Check them out and follow our bets. Head to the link in the show description or across our social channels later on in the week. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. Spy, that'll do us for Supercoach Finals for 2025. We will be back next week with Clementine Cassidy for the Supercoach Team of the Year from the regular season. Of course, that one is. Thanks, mate.
Should be good. Cheers, Timo.
Matty. Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Good luck this weekend and enjoy it.